Hi there, I'm Ben, an RV technician here at Lichtsinn RV. Today we're going to be going through a rental video on our 2019 25J Outlook. So starting with up high on the passenger or driver's side here, you do have full storage up above. Up in this cupboard, there's going to be this little cover that's right here. This cover actually is going to snap on these snaps that you see right here and over there. And it's going to cover the whole front cab area. That's going to give you your privacy at night. So if you want to black out the front, this is how you do it with this shade. Up here in the black bag, we also do have some manuals. So if you have trouble running anything, the manuals are in here on how to run stuff. Otherwise, you can call us during working hours and we'll help you through those things. Shade-wise, we do have the pleated shades. There's two handles on here. Make sure we're grabbing both those handles. If we grab on each side, we might end up breaking the strings. It's definitely not fun to restring these. So just grab both, pull down. That's going to give you your privacy. Back up. Window-wise, latch in the middle. Slide open. You can slide the screen with it too to open the full window. And back. Okay. Down below, we do have a jackknife sofa here. Couple filler cushions here that will just get out of the way. Down below, you'll see a tether. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this tether. That actually is going to release the jackknife, and then we can lift up and pull straight up. And then that's going to tip it down to that jackknife. There are a couple cup holders behind here, and we can use those when we're in a sofa position or when we have a jackknife down. To put it back up, we're just going to go up, push back in, and then just make sure it latches. Then we can replace those filler cushions here and here, just like that. All right, moving back to the next bed. So the dinette wise does fold down to a bed, really easy to do. What we're gonna do is remove the back cushion here, get that out of the way, remove the back cushion here, get that out of the way. And what I always like to do is flip these cushions up out of the way. Makes everything a lot easier. Up out of the way. Now down underneath, there is a table leg down here. This table leg is going to fold out of the way. So there's a button right here on the right side. Push that button in. Fold the leg up until it locks. Go up at an angle. Then come down. And then that's going to sit in there. And now what we're going to do is we're going to fold these cushions back down. Slide it in there. Put that one there, and then our backrest cushions become our fillers. One there, and then also the small cushions that we had up here on the jackknife couch become the other two fillers that we need. So those will fit right down in there to make your full bed there. So really easy to do. And now we're just going to reverse that process to set it back up as a dinette. Cushion off, cushion off, flip this cushion out of the way, backrest cushion off, cushion out of the way. Now we're going to come back up, and the main thing when we come up is that we are at that same angle. Go against the wall, that's going to lock it onto the wall, and then we're going to release that leg by pushing that button again. So push that button, release the leg, come down, and just make sure it goes in that harness down on the floor there. All right, then we just tip these cushions back down, back down. The other thing we do have underneath these cushions here are storage under both sides. So if you need some extra storage, grab the handle in the middle. That's going to lift up and give you some extra storage under each one of these seats. Let's flip that down, flip that down. And then also under these cushions here, we have two seat belts on this side, and we have one seat belt on the other side. Other thing that we have in the dinette area here, on the back side here, we do have this little hook back here. And that hook's for if you have a car seat in here, that's where we're going to tether that car seat to. The only thing with having a car seat is we do usually have to drop the table to fit a car seat in here. All right, right above that, we are going to have thermostat. Thermostat up here is going to control your furnace, your AC, and then fan speeds. So on this side is where we set the function. So away to the left over here is going to be cool, so that's running your air conditioner. The next one over is going to be fan, so that's just if you want to circulate air in here and not turn your air conditioner on. Then you have the off position where we're not going to run anything. Over to heat, that's going to be your forced air furnace on board. Over here we can control the speeds of the fans, so the blower fan, and this is strictly AC. So we either have high and low in the on setting, which is going to run all the time, or we have high and low in the auto setting, which is only going to run when there's a demand for it. Up above there's a little slide bar here. Just slide that up and down to set whatever temperature you want the room set at. So really easy to do. Back in the bedroom area, the light switch is actually right around the corner. Kind of hard to get to, but right there, on and off. We do have an emergency exit window back here. We're just going to pull that red tab, pull the other red tab. The window is on a hinge, so then we would hinge it out, jump out, get out of the RV in case of an emergency. Same shade back here. Remember, use the 2 tabs. More storage up above the bed. Just flip it open. You have 2 reading lights above the bed. They have individual toggles just right in the front that just slide back and forth. That turns each one on and off. A little bit more storage up above the bed. In the bedroom, also up on the ceiling, we have a carbon monoxide detector. That does just twist off the ceiling and does take just 3 AA batteries. Twist back on. Okay, down below my feet now is our breaker box. So you just push on the top and it's going to flip open. On this side over here is all of our 110 volt breakers. So that's everything that's going to run when the generator's running or you're plugged in. These are like your house breakers, so they're going to trip. You're going to shut them all the way off, turn them back on to reset them. Over here, 12 volt fuses. Everything is labeled and what size of fuse you need, and then everything for the 110 stuff is also labeled. So if you have any problems, come here first. Always look at the breakers, fuses. That's always a good place to start. Put that back up. Okay, moving into the bathroom. So in the bathroom, okay, starting with shower wise, we have hot on left, cold on right. On the shower head here, you have the stopper up here that does stop all water flow. Kind of important because we're limited to the amount of water we have on board and also the amount of storage we have on board of wastewater. So we like to take military showers. Alright, put that back up. We have a towel bar behind the toilet here. Toilet down low. Toilet's actually going to flush with this handle on the back side here. So there's the handle right there. So if I just pull it a little ways, that's actually going to fill the bowl up. If I fully pull it, that's actually going to drop it into the black tank. Close. There is a 110 volt outlet in the bathroom right around the corner here. Right there. Then we have hot on left, cold on right on the sink. There is a stopper down at the bottom if you do need to plug the sink off. Up above we have a medicine cabinet. Grab the handle, pull open. We have a towel bar right beside the medicine cabinet. We have the light switch, which is right below that. Toilet paper holder, which is just down below that. And then a little bit more storage underneath the sink. Alright, moving out of the bathroom, or actually up to the ceiling, we have your vent fan. So this is a manual fan. You're going to crank it open. So go to the right is actually going to crank it open, and then there's a switch on the back side here that turns the fan on and off. Make sure we are closing these when you travel. If you don't, you're going to rip these off. Don't want to do that. So just make sure we close them. And that's just by going left, and that's going to shut that down. Perfect. Alright, moving out. Right outside the bathroom here, we have your main closet. So in the main closet, you have your hanging bar up high and then storage down below it. And then we have full storage drawers down below the closet. Another one down below that. Okay, down below the fridge here, we do have, this is your furnace. So So this is your forced air LP furnace. This is the only place that heat's going to be coming out. So don't block this. This is where we want to get the heat from. All right, moving above to our fridge. All right, in the fridge, pretty simple. There's one dial here for setting fridge temp, and that's pretty much the only setting we can do to this fridge. The other thing we have for the fridge is right here, and it's actually a travel latch. It's going to screw right into this hole on the left side of the fridge. So right there, we're going to close the door, and then it's actually going to fit right in there, and you're just going to thread it till it gets tight. Don't want to over tighten it, we're just trying to stop the doors from coming open is all we're trying to do. So I go in just till you just start feeling it touch the doors. Just like that. Now these doors can't pop open during travel. All right, up above that we have the microwave. Microwave is pretty basic microwave. It has your normal functions on it. Time cook, time defrost, you got power level, setting the clock, kitchen timer. You have your presets for popcorn, potato, pizza, frozen vegetables, beverages, dinner plates. Express cook down here is going to be 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, depending on which button you push. If you want a minute, 30 seconds, just push 1 and then push the start. The start will add 30 seconds at a time to it if you keep pushing it. You have the stop and cancel. Push that, opens the door. We do have a little bit more storage up above the microwave. That's an open storage, so be careful what you put up there. Take corners too fast, it might fall out of there. Now around the corner, we have the controls for everything Winnebago does back here. We're going to start up on top. This little guy up here is actually your inverter control. So what an inverter does, it's actually going to take 12 volt battery power and step it up to 110 volts so we can use normal house outlets. So if we're out dry camping, we don't want to run our generator, any of that stuff, we're going to hold this button for 3 seconds. You'll hear a beep and you'll see a light come on. Now with that on, that's going to run a lot of the outlets in the bedroom, by the for the TV, by the dinette, that's going to run those outlets. So we can use them anytime. When you're not using it, just push it again. It's going to The inverter does have to be on for this fridge to run as you travel down the road. So if you're getting ready to take off, make sure that inverter's on so the fridge stays cool. Down below that, we have 4 little buttons here. The very first one's going to be battery charge. It's going to tell you how charged your battery is. And up here, it's going to show you full, good, complete. Over here, we have the fresh water tank is next. It's going to show you your level of fresh water we have in the coach. Next one will be black water. So that will show you your amount of your black water waste that's on the coach. And then your last is gray water. And again, it's going to show you how much gray water we have. Next one down is going to be a water pump switch. So that's how we turn the water pump on for the coach. If we're not hooked up to a hose outside from the resort that offers water, we're going to use the water off on board. And that's switched right here. And all you're going to do is click it up. It's going to turn a light on, and then that will turn your water pump on. You can leave this on the whole time you're camping because it is an on-demand water pump. So it's only going to run when you make a call for water at the faucet. Next one over is going to be LP gas for the water heater. So this is the water heater only works on LP gas in this coach. All you have to do is flip that up. It will light automatically. You can leave that on the whole time you're camping too, because there's thermostats that will shut off once it comes up to temperature. If you don't want it on or don't want to waste LP, you can shut it off. Down below this is our generator. So for generator, you're going to hold the stop button for about 3 to 5 seconds. After you see these numbers come up, now we're priming the generator. Now let go, then hold the start button. And on the start button, hold it until the generator starts. You know, sometimes it could take 5 to 7 seconds. Hold it, it will start. Lights flash there just because we don't have the batteries on board right now. So that's why the lights flashed. Hour meter, that's for maintenance only stuff. Down below that is going to be cooktop. So on the cooktop, really easy to use. First dial on the left is going to be our sparker. That's just a one direction, keep sparking it. We're going to go to light. So turn this up till it faces light, and then you'll hit the sparker until it lights. Just do that with all of them. Just hit the square button until they light. And anytime we're in RVs, we do get air in lines, so sometimes you have to bleed that air out. That's why it takes a little bit sometimes. All right, down below that, we have a little bit of storage under here. And then we do have, under there, we have more storage. The one thing we do have behind this drawer is the drawer releases, there's a latch on the left side here. You pull up on that one. The one on the right side, you push down, and it releases it off the tracks here. So the couple things that we need to know under here, it's kind of hard to see, but right around the corner here, there's going to be two valves just straight down. The one furthest back here is going to be the freshwater tank drain. So that's how we drain all the water out of your freshwater tank. The other one is actually a low point drain. Again, that's for winterizing. The main one you're going to need to know about is this drain right here for freshwater. And if it's facing the line, then it's open. If it's across the line, then it's closed. All right, moving on. All right, right beside the sink or under the sink here, we have your Gfi outlet. So it's a 110 volt outlet. It's a ground fault interrupter. So if something ever trips it, the reset button is right on the front here. You push this button in, it will reset. All right, under the sink, more storage. This is also where the 12 volt water pump is, which is right underneath here. And we have a little bit more storage here, here, and here for any utensils, anything you want to put for kitchen stuff there. Faucet up here, we're going to pull out. Hot is going to be that way, cold is to the right. Push it back in. They are marked right here and here, hot and cold. All right, same blind here, same operation on the window, flip up, slide sideways. We have more storage up above here. That is also where the microwave plugs in, is up there. Close that, close that. Okay, above the main walk-in door, there are a couple key hooks. So hanging keys, anything you want to hang from there. TV-wise is on a swivel, so it's just simply in or out. There is a knob right here. So for travel-wise, we're going to push this TV all the way back, and then you're going to lock this down as tight as you can get it. And that's just so this isn't moving in transit. When you're using it, just untighten it. Like that, and then you can swivel this TV any position you want to. Bunk area up here. All you're going to do to make this into a bed, we're going to just pull this forward. Grab the two hooks here, and we just want to pull forward. Pull forward, and actually the ladder that's up there is going to hook right into these two hooks. So the top hooks just go into here, and that's going to keep it secured to this bunk area, so it can't fall off if anyone's getting up here, on and off from up here. Above my head is your smoke detector, and that's just going to flip open and take a 9 volt battery that's in here. We do have another vent up here. This one does not have a fan. You just crank it open if you want to circulate some air. So again, right cranks it open, left closes it. Okay. Now up front, a couple things up front. Okay, up in the cab area. So kind of hard to see, but over here, there's a round knob. That's going to be your lights. We have daytime running lights, but you don't have automatic lights, so remember at night, turn your full lights off, shut them off. Up here is going to be your blinkers, up and down. Brights are going to be towards the dash, dims back, and then flip this up here for your windshield wipers. Push in on the handle for your fluid, for windshield washer fluid. On the front of the steering wheel is going to be your cruise, on and off on the left side. Set, resume, and coast on the right side. Up here is our shifter, and all your shift points are down here for reverse, drive, fourth gear, second gear, first gear. On the end of that shifter is going to be tow haul. So that little button on the end, little trailer picture there, is tow haul. If we get any steep grades or anything, turn that on, because now it's going to use your engine to slow you down so we don't have to ride the brakes so much. which is a really good thing in steep grades so we don't overheat our brakes. Now up here is going to be a battery boost switch. So what this is for, if for some reason, say we left our lights on and killed our chassis battery, now we can jump start our chassis battery off of our 2 house batteries. This is a momentary switch, so you're just going to hold it in and then turn your key over to start it. And then once you let go, it resets back to the off position. Down below this is going to be climate control, so you have fan speeds here. Then we have your thermostat here, so for hot or cold. All of your vent selections here. And then you also have your AC control for normal AC and then max AC. We do have a 12-volt outlet. 12-volt outlet here. Actually, I'll just turn the keys on for the radio here. Let it load up. Okay, couple things on the radio. It's going to be for your stations, you're just going to go right or left. So that's what the arrows are, there. We'll scan through your stations. Presets are on the bottom. If you want to set a preset, just hold it and it will set to that preset. Now on the left side is how we select things. So this little home button that's here, we're going to push that. That brings up the options of this radio. So that very first one is radio. The next one over is going to be hands-free. So if I push that, that's going to take us into if we want to do hands-free calling. The system's in pairing at all times, so all you got to do is go on your phone, go into your Bluetooth, and then pair to this system. And it's a Boss system, so then it will pair to it. And then back to home. Other thing we have is streaming. Again, that's going to be if we have a phone paired to it, we can stream live music through that. And then you also have a USB, which is actually under this little flap that's right here. There's a USB and auxiliary port right there. And it is labeled right on the front here what it is. And that's the options of this radio. There's not a lot to this radio. Your volume control is here for up or down. And then you do have a built-in backup camera. Only comes on when we put the coach in reverse. So anytime we're going to back into a spot, the backup camera will automatically be on no matter what, which is going to help. Always a good thing to have someone backing you in, spotting you backing in so we don't hit anything. Okay. Also on your key ring here, you're going to have a couple keys. So the forward key is going to be for starting the engine. Your next key is a black key. This black key is going to be for the main walk-in door handle, the bottom lock on the handle. The big black key here is going to be for the deadbolt on the main walk-in door. And then the silver key here is going to be for compartment doors outside. And that's okay. Now we'll move out to the outside. Okay. All right, so for TV wise, before we go outside, let's go through the TV really quick on TV functions and how to actually program the TV. Okay, so your main thing on the TV is going to be, we're going to go to menu on your remote, and then we want to come over here to channel, right there, and then we want to go to auto channel search. And then in here is where we can scan from the antenna that's on the roof and get any local stations around the area. Or if the resort offers cable, we can do a scan for their cable stations. And anytime you switch locations, you'll have to redo this scan. So every time you'll have to redo the whole scan and go through this process in different locations. Okay, and then power on that. The unit doesn't come with a DVD player, so if you do bring one with you, it's going to be a matter of just hooking it up to the TV on the back side and either setting it up here in the bunk area. Slide that back. All right, and then actually right around the corner here, up top, you'll see a coax connection coming from the TV to a plate that's right here. So this plate right here is a booster switch. There's a little button on it and a little green light. If that's not on, you will not get any local stations. That's what gives the antenna power and actually will start bringing in the signals. So that button's here. If that's like that, no green light, I won't get any local stations. Push that back in, now we have a green light. Then right here by the door before we go out, there is a fire extinguisher, which is easy access inside or outside. On my left side here is the light switch here is for the main living area. We have awning controls here, but for our rentals, we actually have the awnings disconnected, so they're not going to be functional when you do rent from us. So these won't do anything. Down below that is going to be a battery disconnect. It's simply on or off. And what that's going to do is kill all power to everything back in the back. So if we're not using it for a day or two, or you're just sitting at your house with it, we're not going to use it, shut that off. It's going to allow the batteries to stay charged, and then you don't have to worry about the batteries being dead when you come to it next. Next time you come to it, just turn the on button back on. It will turn everything back on in the back. All right, moving outside. Right here by the main walk-in door, we have your tank fill. So this is a gravity tank fill. Just take the cap off, put your hose in there, pretty much fill it up until you get water squirting back out. Yeah. Once you're done filling, then all we're gonna do is put that cap back on, and we're good. We do have storage down below that. And again, that little silver key on that key ring is going to do these storages out here for the lock and unlock. We have a 110 plug-in outside here. This 110 plug-in is going to be tied into the GFI plug-in that's inside. So if you don't have power, go check that GFI plug-in that's inside. This is a coax out. So this is if we wanted to put a TV outside and watch it. We could hook it up here and then do another channel search and find any local stations that are in that area. Another storage compartment right behind that. Hot water heater sits right above that. Main thing to worry about with the hot water heater is that we don't lean anything up against it, because this is going to be extremely hot right here. So be careful with that. Be careful with kids touching it, any of that stuff. Same with this next one behind it is for our furnace. The top one is actually fresh air in. The bottom one is exhaust out. So that also is going to be hot. Just be careful there. More storage behind the rear tire on the passenger side here. All right, moving to the back of the RV. So in the back of the RV, we do have a full extension ladder. We do prefer you not up on the roof. Help it, that's kind of for us to go up there and check seals, any of that stuff. So if we can help it, stay off the top of the roof. And main reason is that roof becomes very, very slippery when it gets wet. If it has frost on it, anything, you can slide off that roof very, very easy. Camera sits up high there. It is adjustable, so if you don't like the angle, you can adjust it by hand by loosening screws on the side and change the pitch. Most people are fine with it how it's set. I probably would leave it set like it is, or you can change it if you want to. All right, moving to the driver's side. Okay, on the driver's side, we have our big storage. So in the back here is actually a really, really big storage. Probably where you're gonna fit most of your camping stuff, actually. Around the corner there, there's a light. And on the light, there's actually gonna be a switch that just turns that light on and off. Okay, down below that is gonna be our black tank dump and our gray tank dump. So they're both labeled right here. So we have gray waste tank and black waste tank. This is where our hose gets hooked up to. And actually our sewer hose is gonna be located right in that bumper. We always supply a 10-foot sewer hose, and that's what you'll hook up to here. It's a matter of taking this cap off, just like that. We're gonna quarter turn that sewer hose on, take that hose, put it in the dump station. Now way under here, there's gonna be a T lever, right there. So what we're gonna do is grab that, pull it straight out. That's gonna dump the black tank. Always dump your black tank first, then after you don't hear any more water coming out of it, go to the gray tank. Grab the gray tank T lever, pull on that. We always do gray second just because it's cleaner. It will help rinse your hose out, keep it a little cleaner, a little less messy. All right, and then when you're done, just make sure you put that cap always back on. Okay, compartment here. So this is the 30 amp cord that comes with the coach, permanently mounted in here. This is the cord you're going to pull out, plug into the pole. A lot of times your poles are going to have 3 different plugs on it. One's going to be a 50 amp, one's going to be a 20 amp, one's going to be a 30 amp. You'll be able to tell the difference because the 50 amp is going to have 4 plug-in ports on it. The 20 amp will look exactly like your house plug-in, and then your 30 amp will actually almost look like a dryer plug-in. So it'd be the 3rd option on there. Plug in, make sure we turn the breaker on, make sure we're getting power. And then also in here, it's kind of hard to see, but right up here, there's a plug-in, which is right there. So that's your generator plug-in. So for your generator to feed your coach any power, we have to plug the short cord into the outlet. So just bring the short cord all the way back in here, plug the cord in, and then when I start my generator, now it's going to feed power to the coach. If we do not plug into the outlet, you won't get any power to the coach. The generator will run, but no power will get in. So just remember, generator, got to plug it in. All right, the other thing we have on here is this little flip port here. So this flip port's made to put your short cord there, lock it, make it a little tighter so no animals, anything can get in there. When you do travel and after you put the whole short cord away, flip that back down and then close it. That will keep a lot of the road debris and everything else out of that compartment. Above that's our fuel tank. So we'll use just a normal unleaded, no E85, just standard unleaded. Back here is going to be our cable in port. So if the resort offers cable, this is where we hook up to. So again, hook up to the cable here, go to your TVs, do a channel search for their cable stations. We have more storage down below. City fill above that. So the city fill port here, this is for if the resort offers water, this is where we're going to hook the hose up to. Once we hook the hose up to here, now we don't need the water pump that's on board. We're going to use the pressure from the hose to feed the coach. Put that back on there. Okay, down below, this is our LP tank, so liquid propane. It has a grill shutoff on it. So righty-tighty, so if you turn it right, it's going to shut LP off. If I turn it left, it will turn LP on. Filling stations up here, somebody will always fill it for you. We're going to send it out full with you. Okay, moving forward is our generator. A lot of the things that we do out here are strictly for maintenance for the generator part of it. There is a start button in there, but it's just easier going inside and starting it from the switch that's inside. I wouldn't even monkey with anything out here. Save that for me. All right, over here, we do have a hood release, which is right around the corner here. Just pull, it's going to release the hood. All right, so let's go around to the front. All right, so the release is right here. Under here, a couple things. We do have our coolant on the right side, brake fluid beside that, power steering up front. That one has a dipstick right on it. Right back down here, it's hard to see. So it's right back way under here, it's hard to see. The oil dipstick actually sits back in there. I don't think you're seeing it. And then on this side is actually our transmission dipstick. And then right beside that's oil fill. Windshield washer fluid is here. And then our chassis battery sits up front here. All right. Okay. So that's pretty much everything in our Outlook, our 25J. So if you're looking to rent one or you are renting one, I hope you have a safe time out there. And you know what? Hopefully this video helps you. Any questions, give us a call.